Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to witness is one of the most devastating knockouts in recent memory. A former champion, a legend of the sport, getting absolutely brutalized by a rising star who nobody gave a real chance. This is the kind of fight that changes careers forever, that sends shockwaves through an entire division and leaves fans picking their jaws up off the floor. The number 5 ranked contender versus the number 2. On paper, it looked like a tune-up fight for the veteran. In reality, it became a nightmare that would haunt him for years to come. Buckle up, because what unfolds in this octagon is pure violence, pure drama, and one of the most shocking endings you'll ever see. Standing in the blue corner, we have Israel Adesanya, the Last Stylebender. This man ruled the middleweight division with an iron fist, defending his title multiple times with his slick striking, incredible range control, and that uncanny ability to make elite fighters look ordinary. Adesanya built his reputation on being untouchable, a master of distance, timing, and pure technical brilliance. At this stage of his career, questions were swirling. Could he turn back the clock? Could he prove he was still that elite fighter who dominated the division for years? This was more than just a fight. This was about legacy, about proving that the fire still burned bright in the heart of a former champion. In the red corner stood Nassourdine Imavov, the sniper. Ranked number 5, this quietly spoken Frenchman had been building his reputation fight by fight, knockout by knockout. Don't let his mild-mannered demeanor fool you. When that cage door closes, Imavov transforms into a ferocious predator with lightning-fast hands and devastating power. The French camp had been working tirelessly to build Imavov into their next big star. This was his moment, his chance to announce himself to the world by taking out one of the sport's biggest names. For years, fighters like Imavov had been studying Adesanya's tape, looking for weaknesses, preparing for this exact opportunity. This wasn't just about rankings. This was about the changing of the guard. Could the veteran's experience and technical mastery overcome youth, hunger, and devastating power? Or would we witness the rise of a new star, built on the fallen reputation of a legend? The stage was set for fireworks. Round 1. From the opening bell, both men came out looking absolutely phenomenal, clearly in the best shape of their lives. You could see it in their movement, their conditioning, their readiness for war. Adesanya immediately went to work with his trademark style, switching stances, attacking the body, throwing those leg kicks that had troubled so many fighters before. He was staying incredibly busy, using his jab to establish range, going upstairs and downstairs, keeping that guard high and tight. The veteran was showing why he'd been so dominant for so long. But Imavov, he wasn't backing down. The Frenchman was pressing forward with bad intentions, trying to get into that boxing range where they believed they could make the fight dirty and messy. He was shooting for takedowns, forcing Adesanya to work, making him think about multiple threats at once. What impressed me most about this opening round was Adesanya's range control. Even when his back was against the fence, he found ways to circle out to get back to the center of the octagon where he could operate. His footwork was poetry in motion, stepping just out of range, making Imavov hit air, then countering with sharp, precise strikes. Imavov was having some success with his uppercuts, finding little gaps in Adesanya's defense, but the veteran was doing what he did best, making it look easy. He was using the clinch expertly when Imavov got close, working his way back to safe areas, controlling the distance and pace. The round ended with both men having their moments, but you could see Adesanya's experience showing. He looked comfortable, in control, like he was settling into his rhythm. Little did anyone know what was coming next. The second round opened with Adesanya looking to build on his momentum. He came out chopping at those legs again, working his jab, looking to establish dominance early. The veteran was implementing his game plan beautifully, and then it happened. Perfectly timed, perfectly placed, catching Adesanya clean on the button. Down went the former champion. Nassourdine Imavov had just knocked out Israel Adesanya in one of the most stunning upsets in recent memory. The speed and power Imavov displayed was something to behold. That overhand right thrown with perfect timing, catching Adesanya in a moment of vulnerability that lasted maybe a fraction of a second. What made this knockout devastating wasn't just the power, it was the precision. Imavov found the exact moment when everything aligned for that perfect shot, and he didn't hesitate. The former champion wasn't happy with the stoppage initially, but watching the replay, seeing those final uppercuts landing clean while Adesanya was compromised, the referee made the right call. This is what makes combat sports beautiful and brutal. One moment you're in control, the next you're flat on your back wondering what happened. What did you think of this incredible upset? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who should Imavov fight next? Hit that subscribe button for more breakdowns of the most incredible knockouts in combat sports. Like this video if it got your adrenaline pumping, and let's keep this conversation going. This is why we love this sport.